Back in '08, there was a trailer for this game, and the game looked really good, and I was pumped for the game because of the trailer. So on that very day, I went to go pick up the game, and what I didn't know was that the game was going to be a monstrosity. Yeah, this is Derek Yasha, and today on This Game Sucks is gonna be Alone in the Dark '08. Yeah, let's get into it. The story and what the game is about. Well, it's forgettable. Do I have to mention what the story is? There's really nothing, as it's just the cliched shit all over again. And like we played before and we seen before. It's just fucking generic and stupid. Okay? And there is no story for this game because it's taken from everything else. Really, it's literally taken from everything else. What more could I fucking say? Ugh. And let me tell you something, the games that I played had better stories in them. Okay, I'll just mention a few games, alright? That was horror survival games. Okay? Resident Evil and Blue Stinger and Silent Hill and many more other horror survival games had way 10 times better stories than what this story was because, yeah, it's that bland, it's that boring. Really? Okay. Let's get into the gameplay. Well, the gameplay could have had a lot of potential if your fucking controls didn't suck ass. Literally. Okay, fine, I'll admit the combining stuff was awesome. But it's just the fucking controls. Honestly. As it's a clusterfuck. You're trying to move your character around and he's up and about. You're trying to move straight, he moves right. You're trying to move left, he moves backwards. As you're trying to move every direction that you can, he just moves into a direction you don't want him to move. Yeah, it's really that aggravating, people. My God. I mean, hell, I'll admit, Resident Evil 2 had better controls than this fucking piece of shit game that came out 2008. Jeez, Whitakers, man, those rat tech bastards. How could they fucking release this shit? And the only way that you could control him is in first person view. Yeah, when you switch to first person view, people, that's the only way that you control your character. Because if you try to move him third person, he just goes a separate way that you try to move him in the direction that you want him to move. Yes, it is really that aggravating. Yes, it is really a fucking annoying. It just fucking pisses me off, man. Seriously. Okay, so the voice acting. The voice acting was so-so. There was some good voice actors and voice actresses, and there was the mediocre ones, and then there was the terrible ones. But it's not going to save this game. Because the voice acting is so-so. And let's move on to the in-game graphics and the cutscenes. There's nothing to them. Okay? Really, there's nothing to them. When Gears of War 1, 2, and 3 had better graphics and better cutscenes. Better in-game graphics, that is. Alone in the Dark's game's graphics, looked like dog shit a little bit. I'm not going to lie. And also, it looks terrible. It really does. And the sounds was okay. The music, the scores, they were fucking annoying. As it sounded like something from some kind of African movie or whatever, some kind of Africa movie. Do I need to mention more? So the original scores sucked ass, as I have to put something over it because yes, it is really that bad, people. Really, it is really that grating to the ears. And overall, the game itself, I can't believe I was a fucking moron to buy this piece of shit. And then, what? A couple of years later, I fucking sold the piece of shit. That's how fucking bad this game is. Honestly. As I would rather have that weird ass guy from The Cell, yes, the movie The Cell, come over here, get that instrument, take out my stomach intestines, and take out my balls, and take out my dick, and take out my asshole, than to ever play this fucking game ever the fuck again. I would rather have that same guy take out my eardrums than to hear the music in this game ever the fuck again. Yes, it is that bad. It is that terrible. My god. What the hell was those rat tack bastards thinking at Atari, really? And some other gaming companies as well. What the fuck were they thinking? When, of course, that Alone in the Dark game series wasn't all that great to begin with. Yeah, there was some okay ones, there was some mediocre ones, but I'm gonna have to say, this is the worst one out of fucking all of them. Alright? Hell, the one for the fucking Sega Dreamcast was more playable, even though that one was more of a Resident Evil knockoff. Yeah, it's really that terrible. It's migraining. It's giving me a fucking headache and a migraine at the same time. And of course, I'm aggravated from it. Because how fucking terrible it is and just those bad memories of it. And wow. I'm just gonna fucking end it off here. I don't want to be mad anymore. With that, I'm out. Peace.